Chances are you've seen one of these videos before, and the reason being is because the channel that creates them, Zack Films, is actually bigger than Mr. Beast by many metrics. And the reason being is because these videos are incredibly interesting, and there's a lot of different things within them that I've always wanted to try. And that's what led us to this video today, because I reached out to Zack Films himself to test some of Zack Films videos with me, but he wasn't available. But I will be doing it myself. So I found some of the craziest Zack Films videos and claims out there, and I will be testing every single one of them. Here's a video, how to split an apple with your bare hands. Now this is a real apple we're talking about. So I don't know how you're supposed to actually pull apart an apple. Apples are hard. I've felt them before.
Twist out the stem, then press the base of both thumbs deep into the small stem cavity.
Okay,
then
I'm following.
Wrap your fingers tightly around the apple and squeeze hard with your fingers. Hold that pressure and roll your thumbs.
And then you're literally gonna break the
this
apple.
Causes your fingers to compress the apple
Okay.
from the sides while your
then
thumbs pry the top apart. As you increase
it still looks like a lot of effort.
tiny crack forms in the stem pocket.
All
and
right.
the apple splits cleanly in half.
Absolute cap. There is no shot this works. All right, so let's give this a try. I have an apple right here. I'm going to follow Zack's instructions to a T. So first off, I'm going to remove the stem of the apple. Didn't realize it was called that, but the stem is now officially removed, which just leaves the apple. Now I'm going to put my thumbs, he said right there, and I'm going to put pressure down. Oh my gosh, you have to be the world's strongest man to break this. Wasn't the cleanest cut. I think maybe even more impressive, the fact that I was able to cut the apple into this shape right here, because that's not even a natural tear. Kind of works. I guess I could try it again if we want to get a perfect one. So I'm gonna give it one more try, but so far so good. It looks like Zack Films' apple technique is decent. Zack Films, you're a liar! Oh! That wasn't even the technique he said, but it worked. Whew. The Sambucha version of this is, if you want to tear an apple with your hands, what you should do is just rigorously pull at it until you break it. That simple. I'm exhausted, so I'm gonna cool down a little bit, but let's move to the next video. So this is one of his most popular videos. It's called How Worm Charming Works.
If you shove
What
a
is worm
stick
charming?
in the ground and rub it with another stick, there's a good chance that worms will start to crawl to the
No
surface and
shot.
glow.
This is real.
This is
What?
because the vibrations mimic the sensation of rain, and worms like the rain.
What? There is no way this works.
Think it's rain falling on the ground, which causes them to come out and get caught.
It makes sense, right? Intuitively, a worm knows vibrations because it's blind, and so if you create vibrations into the ground, they're gonna think it's raining, because like lightning striking or the water's hitting the ground, sure. But there's no way I could summon worms by just getting two sticks and creating vibrations. If this works, then I take back every single thing I've ever said about Zack Films, because he is an absolute legend for this trick. All right, I guess we're gonna go worm charming. Okay guys, well I found two sticks. I found one that's going to drive into the ground, and then another one that I'm going to charm the worms with. So I'm out here in a pretty soil-rich, dense area. There's also some deer poop around, so I think this is a good place where worms should be. And I'm going to summon them, despite the fact that it's about 4 p.m. right now, so the worms are probably asleep. But I'm gonna wake them up with some sound vibrations. So let's drive this into the ground. There's no shot this works. All right, I'm really getting in there. Like, I am pretty deep. Close up that hole. And now, according to Zack Films, all I'm supposed to do is just play some sound vibrations, and a bunch of worms are going to emerge inside of like 60 seconds. Come out, little worm. I want to eat you. All right, oh, come out, little worm. I was just kidding. I'd like to form a relationship with you. Consensually, of course. And not in that type of way. I mean purely platonic and experimental. We see anything? All right, nothing yet, but I'm gonna keep charming these worms. All right guys, well, I am done with this area because I did that for like literally 8 minutes, and I'm very bored of just digging in one spot. No worms have emerged, so I'm gonna find a different spot in the soil, but I am determined to find a worm. I know worms are like sleeping right now, but I actually do trust this works. It makes sense. Worms are blind, they respond to vibrations, they think it's raining outside. It makes sense to me. Okay, this looks pretty moist here. Come out, worms. Ooh, Wait, what is that? That is definitely a worm. It's something. I am summoning worms. I am the worm king. He's going towards it as well. All right, I'm gonna dig around a little bit. I'm curious if there's other worms that are about to emerge. Oh, wait a second. Is that no way. No way. Oh my gosh, that's a worm. He's moving to the music. In this spot, I was playing for less than 5 minutes. 2 worms, different sizes, different species probably, different ages. I don't know what other classifications of worms we have, but pretty unbelievable. So Zack D Films, you are right that you can actually summon worms if you try to charm them with 2 sticks using vibrations. I thought for sure this one was gonna be a gag. I did not think this would be legitimate, but you guys saw it with your own eyes. So that video is true. You can absolutely do that, which is crazy. Here we have the double domino effect.
If you line up a row of bricks on a flat surface and space them exactly 1 brick length apart, but the last one doesn't have anything in front of it.
This is just dominoes.
Slide forward just enough to make the brick in front of it fall flat. And as this one slips forward, it lets the next one fall.
Okay.
A backwards chain reaction.
So you get a double domino? Wait.
Perfectly straight line.
No way. Okay, that's actually pretty insane. I'm not a big Domino's fan. I mean, I like the pizza. Domino's pizza is very good. But Domino's itself is quite tedious, like the setup and everything. And I personally think that the payout is pretty weak. Like, okay, cool. Like that was kind of cool to witness. But if I were to get a double domino effect whereby everything falls and then it goes backwards essentially, that would be very cool. So this could be an absolute game changer for Domino's fans out there. So let's go ahead and get some bricks and try this. So let's see if that double domino effect that Zack talks about is real. So I have 11 bricks right here laid out, and look, I have them perfectly distanced. I use an actual brick in order to do the distance. So as you can see, it leaves that perfect centimeter by which once it falls, there's gonna be a little bit of slack, and then once the last one falls, then that second double domino effect should happen. I'm very skeptical, obviously. I don't think that's gonna be a real thing. I also think with bricks, it's going to be incredibly difficult, but here we go. So I guess I just push it and then hopefully the magic happens. Good, 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 good. Double domino effect is real? I actually had no idea if that was gonna work or not, and that worked flawlessly first try. Absolutely insane. Shout out to Michael, he stacked those perfectly. I don't know how precise you need to be. If you have 12 bricks lying around, I definitely recommend trying it. So that one works. I'm excited to see the rest. So far, this has been crazy. So one of Zack's most popular videos is how to escape a car trunk. Now this actually might be quite useful for some of you guys if you ever find yourself in a car trunk. So let's see if this is legitimate or not. So first, let's watch this video.
If you're trapped in the trunk of a vehicle, you
never want to be in that situation.
Start searching for the glow-in-the-dark release hatch. If you don't see the
Wait, do trunks really have that?
This may allow you to release the seat.
Okay, I've seen in movies before that you're able to do that or kick out the headlights.
This small opening will allow you to signal for help.
All right, so it looks like there's a couple of options if you get trapped in a trunk. The most interesting one to me is that glow-in-the-dark pulley lever that opens the trunk from the inside. I didn't know that those existed. I haven't spent a lot of time in a trunk, but I guess I'm about to, so let me go ahead and get a sedan that has a trunk like that and then see if I can escape it. So as you guys saw, according to Zack's video, you're able to get locked in a trunk, but then manually let yourself out, because apparently in every single trunk since 2010, there's actually a little lever that you could pull that glows in the dark just in case you get kidnapped, in which you could exit the trunk. And I also read that apparently 200 people per year die from suffocation inside of a trunk, but then I saw that there's also technically airflow, so it's not completely shut, so I don't know how that works. But nonetheless, I'm going to trap myself in this trunk and then follow Zack's instructions and see if I can get out. So Michael took the keys, show that you have the keys, and it is locked. I have my flashlight because I have to look around in here, and yeah, I'll see you guys hopefully after I open this trunk. Hopefully Zack isn't lying about this one. Bye guys. Wow, it is insanely dark in here, but look at this. The one thing I see, it's glow in the dark right here. That is the lever you're supposed to pull. This is what it looks like in a trunk. So you have this little thing right here, but this is what Zack said. If I pull this, supposedly this entire thing is going to open. So do I literally just pull it? Wait a second. It was literally that easy. I literally straight up just pulled that and I escaped from the trunk. All right, I guess that works. So if you ever get trapped in the trunk of a sedan for any reason, just follow Zack's instructions, shut the door, pull the glow in the dark thingy, and you're out of the trunk. I'm glad that works. Hopefully that could save somebody one day if you get kidnapped. How to remove cactus spines. So I hope nobody ever is in this situation, but let's see how you could remove them if you happen to get the thorn stuck in you after touching a cactus.
If you touch a cactus, you'll probably get the spine stuck in your skin. And if you try to pull them out, out, you can actually break them off in your flesh.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, I don't want that to happen.
You should apply a layer of glue over the area.
Apply
Once it is
glue?
dried, quickly peel it off in a smooth
Oh,
motion.
that's
This
interesting.
will pull out the spines evenly, causing them to stay intact.
Okay, so the glue acts as an adhesive to the thorns so then it can just harden and then you pull everything out together. Am I really gonna test my hand on a cactus? All right, let's do this. Okay, I'm not too excited about this one, but I am about to try it to see whether or not Zack Films video is legit, so here we go. Just kidding. I wouldn't actually use my hand, and so instead I have a fake hand right here, but this hand actually is an exact replica of a human hand, so it has the same sort of like vibe to it as a hand. So I'm going to stick this on, and hopefully some of these like prickly things come onto it, and then we'll use the Elmer's glue to hopefully remove him from this guy's hand, because he already has like mangled fingers and everything, so I'd hate to see him have cactus thorns just wedged in him forever. All right, here goes nothing. So I'm going to slam the back of his hand, so this area, as hard as I can against it, and I want to wedge it like, I don't know, half an inch deep or something. 3, 2, 1. Ooh, I felt that. He's already got a couple in him, but I'll give some more. But let's really get a lot. Oh no, I'm sorry, man. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, that one hit me. Okay, that is a position you don't want to be in. So now it's time to treat him with the Elmer's glue. So I'm going to pour this all over. We're gonna wait for it to dry, and then I'm going to peel it off, and hopefully it removes all the thorns. We could save this guy. So here goes nothing. A little medical treatment for our guy. There we go. Yep. Frosting him like a Pop-Tart, and good. Okay, so now we wait, but every single needle is now covered in Elmer's glue, so this thing should dry in about 30 minutes or so, and hopefully it peels right off. All right, let's wait. How to make a candle from an orange. No shot this works.
Stick the orange in a glass and slice the peel all the way around. Then slide a spoon under the peel to separate it from the fruit.
Okay, so you just kind of decapitate it
out of the bottom, leaving the white core attached.
I've seen that white core. So is that just a wick?
Oil over it until it's
olive oil. Okay, so that mimics wax.
Before lighting the core. As it burns, it'll pull oil up through its fibers, just like a wick, giving you a homemade candle to burn for hours.
Burn for hours. All right, that's really cute. So you're gonna get like an oil and citrus blend candle. I mean, it makes sense in theory, but I definitely have to try this out. Okay, time to make this orange candle. We're currently waiting for the last segment to continue to dry, and then afterwards we'll be looking at that. But in the meantime, I want to see if we can carve ourselves a nice orange scented candle. So the first thing it says to do is to carve a little circle around. Now this orange doesn't even fit in the glass in a nice way, so I'm gonna have to do it manually. Already breaking Zack Film suggestion, but that's okay. Oh, that's really clean. Oh my gosh, that's clean. Now I'm going to slide this spoon in so I could separate the skin from the fruit. So now I'm going to take off the top half here. I think that's the candle wick. I think we actually just did it. I mean, that's definitely the wick. So now let's see if our candle works. So to put in some olive oil. Okay, so it says fill it halfway. That looks to be about half. And now I'm supposed to light this, and it's going to be an orange candle. Come on, Zack. Please, baby. Wait a second. Is that working? Wait, I see the flame emerging. Oh, I think I just talked and it went away. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, oh, let there be light. Let there be light. Orange candle is legitimate. Zack Films was not lying to us. He was absolutely telling the truth when he said that you can create a candle out of an orange. There's the proof. The proof is in the pudding, or in this case, the citrus. Okay guys, so it's been about 30 minutes or so, and it looks like the glue is somewhat dry, so I'm going to attempt to peel this off, and hopefully these thorns come off with it. All right, here we go. It just went right through the glue. Hold on, wait a second. I do not believe this is working. Yup, this is not working at all. Hold on, here we go. What about here? This doesn't work whatsoever. This is, mark it down, the worst one yet. It is not gonna get worse than this. So we had a lot of good ones, but this one unfortunately is a failure. How to open a padlock with a soda can?
If someone
all right,
shoves
let's see what you got, Zack.
Bottom of a padlock, they might be able to lift the pins.
Okay, yes, I've actually done this for another video. So it is true, you can use a little pick to do it.
Piece from the side of a soda can, and folding the top works as a substitute.
Soda can, okay.
legs are wrapped around a metal strip, leaving the middle part sticking
And what do we do with that?
That piece can be slid into the lock's
Oh,
gap,
through there?
pushed
What?
down, and then the shackle pulled up to pop it open.
No, okay. You're telling me a soda can open a master lock. If that were to work, that is some next level thievery that's going to be happening from people who are watching this video. I don't even know if I should attempt this because this might unlock a whole new world for thieves. But of course I'm going to, so I'm gonna do that right now.
Okay, I have to admit I'm very skeptical about this one, but I do have my padlock right here and I have the key, but we don't need this, because we are just going to open this padlock the old-fashioned way with an aluminum can. Now, according to Zack, in order to open this, I have to drink my Olipop right here and then take the aluminum can and then cut into it, and then somehow it's able to slide in here and unlock it. We'll see if that's true. But step one would be to finish the Olipop. Let's take a sip of that. That's insane. You guys know I love Olipop, but they just dropped 2 new flavors. So they have raspberry sherbet right here, and then they have blackberry vanilla right there. That was actually a fan favorite that they brought back. So these are 2 new seasonal flavors, so we're gonna drink this before we get in, but I wanna tell you a little bit about them. So you guys know I love Olipop, that's no secret, but they are actually reimagining soda with high fiber and low sugar. So it supports digestive health, and it tastes much better than traditional soda. The raspberry sherbet, 30 calories, 6 grams of fiber, and 2 grams of sugar. And it's only here for the summer season. Now I like this one, but Michael likes his blackberry vanilla, which also has impressive stats to it, and it does taste quite good in your defense. It has 50 calories, 9 grams of fiber, and 5 grams of sugar. What do you like about the blackberry vanilla?
Yeah, it's got a bright blackberry tartness that's really refreshing.
It's definitely good, but I'm team raspberry. So if you guys happen to try both of these new 2 summer flavors, let me know which one is your favorite, raspberry sherbet. But blackberry vanilla is good. And Olipop is available at thousands of retailers nationwide, including Walmart and Target. So buy any 2 cans of Olipop in store and they will pay you back for 1. It works on single cans of any flavor at any retailer. So go ahead and scan the QR code right here or click the link in the description to claim the offer. So thank you again to Olipop for sponsoring this video. Now I'm gonna go ahead and finish my raspberry sherbet so we can get into this master lock. So I guess I'll need a box cutter in order to cut into this properly. So let me go ahead and do a little bit of cutout here. I want to cut out basically a mini rectangle here. Sorry, Olipop. Okay, so I just cut out this little sheet right here. Now they want me to cut out a little M, which is gonna be 1, 2, 1, 2. And I'm gonna fold this up here. And now this is apparently what I'm going to shove into this lock right here, and it's going to unlock. There is no way this works, but let's go ahead and try this. Ooh, it's kind of in there. It's kind of in there. Trigger. Oh, that broke.
A few moments later.
Come on. You see how close that is? It is in there. I have to shimmy it a little further down and I feel like it's gonna work. Come on. No way that worked. So after cutting about 5 different strips through my Olipop can, I was able to ultimately get into the master lock. I am so surprised that worked. That shouldn't have worked. I mean, like, why is it so easy to get into a master lock with just a can of soda? All right, so that one we can say is a success. So that one actually works, but I'm excited to see what else we have because there's some even crazier ones.
This video has 30,000 comments, so it's one of his most engaged shorts, and it's called The Skittles Lie That Tricked Us All.
There is a secret about Skittles that the company doesn't want you to know.
All right, I kind of like
See,
Skittles.
They claim that the candy comes in 5 different flavors.
All right, it
but
does.
The actual truth is that they all taste
Oh.
exactly the same.
Okay,
The
we
only
got Zack
difference
on
is their
screen.
color and scent. And according to neuropsychologists, that's enough to trick your brain into thinking they
Wait,
have
what?
different flavors.
So the claim here is that Skittles don't actually taste different from one another, and that is just the scent, and that is enough to convince you that it's a flavor. What I have to do is a blind taste test of all 5 colors, and if I actually have no idea what I'm tasting, then this is absolutely gonna blow my mind.
I have to say I'm very skeptical about this one. I have my Skittles pack right here, and on the back it says that there are 5 flavors, and they're all different colors, and I've had this a trillion times, but we have lime, strawberry, grape, orange, and lemon. So I'm gonna do a couple of different things. So first off, I'm just going to taste them to confirm what my previous self a couple of weeks ago thought about Skittles, and that is that they're all different flavors. Because this knowledge, knowing this, is crazy. So I have a red one right here, and this is strawberry. Yeah, it tastes strawberry, confirmed. Now I have lime. Yep, 100% taste lime. Just for good measure, I'll try grape. Yes, 100% grape. So now that we've established that Zack D Films is lying, we're gonna actually do a blind taste test because maybe I'm just wrong here. So all 5 flavors are laid out, and Michael is going to shuffle these in front of me, and I'm going to plug my nose because apparently the scent is what kind of gives way to the flavor a little bit, and I'm going to give them a proper taste and see if just on taste alone I could recognize the flavors. So they're all laid out, Michael is going to shuffle them, then I'll go one by one, and we're gonna see if I'm right. Here we go. Okay, so I am blind, and now I'm going to plug my nose, and I'm going to reach for the first one. Nose is plugged. Oh no. Okay, lemon. 2?
Yep.
I think Zach is right. I actually don't have no idea what this is. It feels bolder though, so I don't think it's like lemon lime. Orange? That's orange. The last one's strawberry. Lime. So that leaves, I think, grape. All right, grape. How'd I do?
Got them all wrong.
I got them all wrong. All right, Zach, it looks like that video is absolutely true. That just blew my mind. If you guys are home and you have a pack of Skittles, try that out because it's true. I mean, without the scent kind of tricking you, the actual taste profile is indistinguishable between all of them.
So this is how to make a flying paper bat. I don't even know what that means, but it seems interesting, so let's watch this.
Fold the paper crosswise, then open it back up. Then fold each side towards the middle and open it up.
Okay, it's already way too complicated.
Then pull the inner corners down to make a point. Turn it over and fold the point back on itself.
What?
Next, pull down the top corners to meet at the middle before folding the
Okay, so we're like creating a drone.
Flip it over and pull the
Now it looks like a hat.
towards you and fold it in half.
How many steps is it? There's no way I get this right on the first
Then
try.
Press the wings down, leaving a small space.
All right, this better be a cool
hold
effect.
Before bending the back of each wing.
And
when
then,
you throw it,
what is a
it'll
paper
flap in
bat?
the air like a real bat.
Okay, all right, not gonna lie, that is cool. If we can create that, I would be quite happy. It's literally Flappy Bird, but in a paper airplane. All right, so I guess I'm gonna go ahead and find a piece of paper and hopefully create this flying paper bat. I'm pretty skeptical about this one.
All right, so as Zach said, I have my pieces of paper here and I'm going to attempt to be forming a paper bat. So it looks pretty complicated. There's a lot of different instructions. So I'm gonna put this together and then we're gonna test this out because that looked really cool, but will it actually work? All right, so fold it. Then I'm gonna fold each side towards the middle. Oh, I already like how that's looking. And open it up by lifting the outer flaps to make 2 wings. Wait, so how does this work? So it wants to do this, I think. So it's looking to do a wing like that. Zach, what are you telling me to do here? This like isn't working. I just don't believe in what you're telling me to do. Like this does not make sense. This part is the bottleneck because you can't do that with a piece of paper. But this is the inverse of what he's telling me to do. That's the only way to get a crease. So I'm gonna just do it my way. So this is the Sam B. Ucha way. I'm not listening to Zach. I would check this video out, Zach, because I think that was an animation issue because there's no way I could make what you put on screen happen. Okay, so now I have the wings and it's set. I'm almost ready to fly. I just have to do this and this. And I'm gonna fold this down. Then I'm going to fold these in and pull the triangle back up. Then we're gonna fold it in half and we're gonna invert this bad boy. All right, and there we have it. This is the Zack D Films bat plane. This is our aircraft. I actually kind of see it being put together here because we got the little flaps here that are supposed to mimic the bat with like the wings and everything. So I think it's actually going to work. So I think this one will be good with the Zack D Films video, but we won't know till we try, and we're gonna do that right now. I'm gonna do 3 different tests. The first one's going to be just a standard throw, and hopefully it's like at the very least, we don't just get a nosedive and this thing can actually fly for a little bit. Test number 1. 3, 2, 1. My worst fear came true. All right, test number 2 is going to be a bit more lofty. I'm going for distance. So the first throw, let's just erase that from our memory banks. And this one is not going to be a nosedive. And my goal is to make it to the transformer over there, to Messi. Bonus points if it actually flaps like Zach said it would. Let's delete that because it's time for the 3rd test, the final test, and this is going to be the professional boomerang airplane bonanza, and I'm going to try and hit Young Hee directly in the eyes, and I'm gonna get a lot of flapping action. 3, 2, 1. We flew backwards. In fact, kind of impressive. I'm not gonna lie, that is something that I did not expect to happen. In the menu of options of what could have happened, that was like option Z. Impressive in that sense, it surprised me, but it did not do what it said it would do. So unfortunately, Zach, that video is untrue and you cannot actually make a bat airplane.
This is the trick that safely picks up broken glass, a situation that nobody likes to run into.
If you smash a glass, turn off all the lights and lay a flashlight on the floor, the light will catch on the glass shards.
You know what? That's actually smart. How come I've never thought of that?
Will reflect the light back, making them
right.
sparkle. Then take
that's
half
cool.
a raw potato.
A potato?
And run it across the glass pieces. The sharp edges will stick
Right.
into the flesh, and the potato will lift them.
Oh, wait a second.
Sure, it's safe to walk on.
Okay, I think he's actually cooking with this one because so many times you have those little shards from broken glass and they're really difficult to pick up without cutting yourself. So you just need a potato on standby, a flashlight, and darkness. Seems easy enough. let's run it.
Okay, this one seems very cool. So here I have my Mountain Valley water and I'm going to break it. So then we have a bunch of green glass shards all on the floor. And then I have a russet potato, which I will then be opening up and then seeing if this can basically like suck up the glass shards like Zack filmed Shoutout. So I guess the first step is to break this on the floor. So, all right, that didn't work. We have reinforcements here. Am I being tricked? What is it gonna take to, do I have to slam it on the ground? Break. There we go. Okay, so step number 2, now that the glass is broken, is to turn off all of the lights. We can use the light then to see the glass shards. Now I'm going to turn this light on. Oh, and look at that. It illuminates all the glass, so that's great. And then I can use this potato to basically suck everything up. I mean, look at that. And then you see the other one. Okay, I mean, I guess it's kind of working. It's breaking more glass. It's actually causing more net shards every time I push down. All right, I'm not gonna lie, this is a complete waste of time. If glass ever breaks, just get a broom, just dust it up. Even use some paper towels. It's way more efficient than opening up with the potatoes and trying to like suck up the little shards. This might be the worst thing I've ever seen in my life, actually. 0 out of 10, this one does not work whatsoever.
Here we have getting all the ketchup out with physics. Now this is a problem that everybody runs into, so I wanna see how we can solve this.
If the ketchup bottle is farting, close the lid and grab it by the base.
Sure.
Then swing it in a circle. The ketchup inside will want to stay still.
First of all, who's gonna
As
do
you
this?
swing it, the
But let me see
bottle
this.
and ketchup move in different directions. Now, if you just shake the bottle, it moves up and down. So
This is
some of
true.
the
I know
force
this to be
will
true.
actually push the ketchup
You still get
away
farts
from
if you
the
do that.
cap. But when you swing it, the force pushes the ketchup away.
Oh, so
from
there's
the
no
center
counter
of the
force in the other
swing,
direction.
Meaning it all collects in the cap.
All right, that seems like it could be useful, but if you're at a barbecue and you're just bringing it around town, just like waving everybody home, that's gonna be a little bit weird. But if it does mean getting all the ketchup out of the bottle, I think it's worth it. But I'm a little skeptical if this one works, so let me go ahead and get some ketchup and try this.
So I must say, out of everyone so far, this one is by far the goofiest. And if this actually works, I will be so surprised. But I have my ketchup bottle right here. It is about 80% depleted. As you can see, there's not much ketchup left in here. We're starting to get to the point in this ketchup bottle when it's gonna be some of that farting. You're gonna get some of that juice. But according to Zack, if you were to do a motion like this over and over again, it's going to bring all the tomato to the front of the ketchup, and then you're not gonna have any of that fart juice. Oh, that fart juice is nasty. Okay, I think I do this like 50 times. And I have to open it. It's like, did that work? Wait a second, it's all at the bottom. Hold on. Just get a good visual of this. There is no ketchup left up top. I've never actually seen a ketchup bottle with nothing stuck up top. I think it's farting at this point just because we're so low on the ketchup. I can confidently say that that one is a complete failure. Do not trust that.
Mountain Dew dissolves mouse, question mark? Question mark for me too. What does this even mean? Are they trying to convince me that organic matter can be dissolved with soda? That's an absurd claim.
A man claimed he found a dead mouse inside a can of Mountain Dew he was drinking. So he sued the SOA's parent company, PepsiCo. PepsiCo argued
Right.
that Mountain Dew's highly acidic formula would actually dissolve a mouse body into a jelly-like substance before anyone could ever even notice it in the can. This odd defense left consumers worrying about what
Is that
the
true?
soda really does to the human body if it can liquefy a mouse.
Mountain Dew could liquefy organic matter? Well, what a thing to argue. If you're Mountain Dew, you're like, oh, we need a quick defense. And the scientist who makes the formula tells you like, no, that's impossible because ours is basically battery acid and it could rot anything that is put into it. I mean, it's quite the claim. It clearly worked for them, but if that's true, I'm gonna put something in this Mountain Dew, and if it dissolves within like 24 hours or so, I am never drinking Mountain Dew again.
So I don't have a rat, so we're not gonna see if it's going to disintegrate, but I do have a different form of organic matter, and that is chicken breast. So I have the Mountain Dew right here. I'm going to leave chicken breast soaked in Mountain Dew overnight for 24 hours, and I'm gonna see if it decays the chicken breast completely, or maybe it's just going to marinate it in a really cool way, and I think we'll just discover a new recipe right here. So I'm gonna open up a breast and then just let it douse in all 200 calories worth of this Mountain Dew. Is that video we just just watched was nasty. And if it does anything somewhat close to the chicken, which it should, I mean, a chicken and a rat are not too far apart, Mountain Dew is in trouble. Okay, so we have the chicken in here. Now I'm going to pour atop it some of this battery acid. Look at that, it just wants to escape. It's that sound, like you just know that this chicken is not meant to be soaked in this. Listen to that. You hear that? This is just the waiting game, so we're gonna go ahead and wait on this for about 24 hours and we'll check back in. All right, guys, so it's officially been 24 hours, so I wanted to check on this chicken that has been submerged in Mountain Dew. I have not looked at this yet. It's just been hiding under the desk, so here we go. So, as you guys can see, that is what the chicken looks like. Honestly, it doesn't look too bad. Like, I don't know if Mountain Dew changed their recipe or something, but all things considered, it looks just like a normal piece of chicken that's just been sitting in water. To the touch, I mean, I wouldn't eat this, but I feel like somebody would. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that that one was a complete lie. There is no world in which Mountain Dew can actually dissolve something. That's just a myth. Unless they changed their formula, which they certainly might have done because I'm sure they saw this video and they didn't like it at all. Here we have how to slice a banana without peeling it.
Push the needle through the banana along one of the ridges.
Okay, so a needle in a
making sure
banana.
not to pierce through the other side of the skin.
It's a little close for comfort.
Turn the needle side to side before pulling it out again. Keep going all the way down. But when you peel it, the slices appear, showing the banana pre-sliced as if by magic.
Okay, that is a very cool party trick. I don't see the difference from just opening the banana and then slicing it, but I guess it's cool to see, so I'm gonna try this. Okay, I'm really excited about this one, but I have my banana right here, and then I have my needle right here, and what I'm going to do is basically follow the instructions to a T, and I think it starts by just piercing a little hole, trying not to hit the bottom of the banana, and he just says wiggle it back and forth. A little skeptical about this one. All right, then I go another 1/2 inch down, repeat. Once again, even if this does work, it's just so much more worth it just to peel the banana than cut it with a knife. The banana is starting to ooze a little bit. That's not pleasant. After 3 long minutes, my thumb hurts, but I ended up piercing about maybe 15 different holes alongside this banana. Now he instructs me to flip it and then peel it right here. And then when I peel this, it's going to reveal to me a lot of different slices. All right, let's see if it was worth it. 3, 2, 1. I don't see a single slice. Well, what about the other way? Wait, oh my gosh, I spoke too soon. Look at this. We actually have a couple of banana slices. They're not great, but it turned out a little bit better than I thought. You wanna throw this in your Cheerios or something, or eat this just like in the morning? Not worth it whatsoever, but it does technically work. So I think Zack D Films was cooking just a little bit, but not too much, because it's absolutely a waste of time. But you do actually surprisingly get a couple of these banana slices, which don't look too appetizing, but it does work. How the anti-paparazzi scarf works, I've never heard of this before, but I'm excited because anti-paparazzi, what does that mean?
Tiny glass beads are attached to the fabric, which celebrities wear as scarves. Now, it looks like a regular accessory.
And then what, it's like a weapon that you could use on the paparazzi?
With a flash, the bright light
Oh, so it's like, okay, so it's like reflective clothing.
Coating at the back.
Reflective coating.
Straight back at the camera.
Oh, and then you can't take a picture, right?
It shines so bright that the camera changes its exposure to match, while everything around it stays dark. This ruins
I've actually heard of this before. So I guess it's used by celebrities who don't want their picture taken if they're walking in Beverly Hills or whatever. So I'm gonna go ahead and purchase either this scarf directly or just some general reflective clothing. And I wanna see if this works. That might be really fun to just walk around and wear. Just incidentally, just in the background of like a tourist picture, and just brightens. Lots of possibilities here. So let me go ahead and purchase this. Okay guys, the anti-reflective jacket has now arrived. So I'm going to put this on, and then I'm going to take a couple pictures of myself, and you guys can let me know whether or not you actually see me, or if the anti-paparazzi reflective clothing actually works. I'm excited. I hope this works because I'm about to just wear this everywhere. I think it's gonna be super fun. It honestly looks pretty cool too. So you guys can't really tell on camera, but it really is reflecting quite nicely. You guys won't see anything until I take the actual pictures. So I'm gonna go ahead and get changed real quick, and when I snap right here, you're gonna see me a new man. 3, 2, 1. I hope that worked. I'm fully decked out. Looks like I'm in like a Nike fleece tech or whatever that's called. So let's go ahead and take an initial picture, and then we're gonna turn the lights down a little bit, and it should get more and more extreme until you quite literally can't see me. I'm just going to glisten onto the screen. All right, this might just work. So you guys see me, right? You see my camera. I'm going to take a picture of myself, and the light is gonna reflect off, and then some signs is gonna happen. First try. That is actually pretty insane. So I actually think there was an issue because my mic was in the way, and also my face isn't reflected. So what I want to do here is I'm going to zip this up all the way so it basically goes and covers my face, and I will take another picture, and you guys are going to see how extreme this thing could actually be. All right, 3, 2, 1, blast off.
I couldn't breathe out of there. It looks like I hit my lock screen instead of the take picture button, so let me try that again. Here we go. All right, so let's check out these pictures, see if this worked. That's pretty cool. And actually, if you make it a live photo, you could actually see how extreme it is. So it starts off normal, and then when you actually take the picture, it turns to that. So the before and after. Yeah, I mean, this certainly is reflecting a good amount of light. So I'm gonna go ahead and say it does actually work. So shout out to Zack. Thank you for providing me with this new information. And now I'm fully decked out in my new reflector clothing. I might just wear this every single video now. This is really comfy as well. Something about this material just makes me happy. Next up, we have how do you wolf whistle? And I've always wanted to know how to do this. This is like that really loud whistle that people do by putting their fingers in their mouth, which is kind of disgusting unless you wash your hands beforehand. But anyways, let's see.
Fold your tongue back and use your first 2 fingers from each hand to push it down firmly. Next, press your pointer
Bend your
fingers
tongue?
into the sides of your mouth to block the air and fold your lips over your teeth. Take a deep breath before clamping down on your first knuckle. Then breathe out forcefully. This pushes the air over your tongue and through the small space between your teeth.
I need to learn how to do this. This is something that whenever I see somebody do it, it's the biggest flex on earth. They just command a crowd just by putting their fingers in their mouth. Absolutely crazy. I hope that Zack D Films instructions here pay off. Okay, so let's try this. So they want me to get 2 fingers like so on each side, slide them to the side of my mouth like so, and then I have to basically press on my tongue and make it curve backwards. I think that's the most difficult part. The whistle itself is probably easy, but who can put their tongue in that position? Can you guys do this, by the way? All right, anyways. Okay. Sorry, I spit everywhere. All right, let's try this again, but I have to fold my lips over my teeth too, so. Oh my gosh, I'm choking. It doesn't work. All right, guys, well, that was a lot of fun. Shout out to Zack D Films for making these amazing videos and letting me react to them. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to see more content, be sure to click here, Otherwise, subscribe on your way out, and I'll see you next time. Peace.